Hello and welcome to our special coverage for today's pre-season friendly. Our first pre-season friendly ahead of the 2022-23 Cinch Premiership campaign. I'm delighted that Paul Hanlon has joined me in the commentary box. Paul, so many Hibs fans here, isn't there? Just over 100. Magnificent support.
Yeah, amazing to see. So amazing dedication from the fans to come and watch such a kind of low-key match and so early in the preparations, but now I get to see them all here, and hopefully the lads can put on a good performance for them.
Absolutely, and in pre-season games like this, it's so usual, isn't it, or normal to have kind of two teams that play 45 minutes just to get that kind of momentum into the legs and just to build that load, isn't it, ahead of the
year?
Exactly.
It's all about kind of gradually building up through the loading period, and it's the ideal way, just starting 45 minutes. The lads know they can just kind of go all out for that 45-minute period, give their all, and then get the recovery in the second half. So just gradual build up. The lads have worked hard and ready to go for the match.
Absolutely. So we'll run you through the Hibs starting lineup. In the first half, David Marshall is in goal. Lewis Miller, the Australian under-23 international, is at right back, and he'll be alongside Rocky Bashiri and Kyle Mcclellan, who you'll be able to see for the first time, who's joined the development squad, and Lewis Stevenson at left back. At central midfield, 2 is Nohan Kenner and Jake Doyle-Hayes, and then in front of him there's Runar Hauger on the right, Ewan Henderson in the number 10 role, and Jair Tavares on the left. Up front today is Eli Yuan. And then, like we said, for the second half, there'll be a separate Hibs lineup. Kevin Dubrovsky will be in goal, Chris Cadden at right back, Ryan Porteous and Jack Bryden at centre half, with Josh Doig at left back. Joe Newell in the middle of midfield with Alan Delfier, with Elias Melkson on the right, Josh Campbell in the 10, Aidan Mayidi on the left, and Christian Doige up front. Now, today's game is almost going to look like it's split into 30 minutes. There will be water breaks just to help with the pitch. It's quite sticky with the heat and the wind here, but also to give the lads a little bit of a breather. And then there will be a half time when the teams obviously do change. Paul, there's so many obviously new players that will be out there today. A great chance for Hibs fans to see what they might be getting from the new boys.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually probably the first time I'll watch them properly. I've spent a lot of time in the gym since returning to pre-season, and then on this trip as well. So I've not had a lot of time pitch side to watch. So I am probably as excited as the fans are to see the new lads perform.
Yeah, and obviously Lee Johnson as well, going into his first season in charge. What's he been like around the building, around the place, and with yourself?
Yeah, great. He's really covered all bases in terms of getting a blend between, we'll say, implementing his philosophy, but we've done a lot of activities in terms of building the culture, the team spirit, and integrating the new lads especially. So it's been great so far. From a personal point of view, obviously desperate to get back training and get involved and try to learn what the manager's trying to implement.
Absolutely. We're not too far away from starting, so I'll run you through the Hartlepool lineup. 2, Ben Killip is in goal, with Jamie Sterry at right back. Left back is David Ferguson, and the 2 centre halves are Alex Lacey and Ewan Murray. In front of him, or in front of them either, is Nikki Featherston, the club captain. He's made over 300 appearances for Hartlepool. Then a central midfield 2 of Mark Shelton and Mohamed Niang. On the left is Joe Gray, and then on the right is Jake Hasty. Some supporters may remember his name from his spells at Motherwell and Rangers. And then up front is Tom Crawford, usually a central midfielder, but he's up front today. Paul, you can hear the Hibs fans there. It's magnificent, isn't it?
Great, and you can see a couple of the new lads as well really embracing it and going over and clapping the fans. So I think it probably gives them an insight to how big this club is, and if we're successful, how big it really can be. So hopefully they get a taste of it and get that kind of motivation from it.
Yeah, and obviously we've mentioned the weather, the sticky pitch. The conditions will be quite difficult for the lads, won't it? It'll be quite an intense friendly.
Yeah, I think so. When the pitch dries up, it can kind of slow the ball down a little bit, which can kind of maybe make it a bit more scrappy. But at the end of the day, it's all about getting the fitness in the legs, working hard. The quality will come in later games, I'm sure. But first and foremost about putting the work in, try and implement the philosophy as best possible, and obviously stay injury free as well. That's vital at this early stage of the pre-season.
Absolutely. Well, we're just about to get underway now. Tom Crawford's going to take the kickoff, which kicks off the start to our 2022-23 campaign preparations. You can see early on here the shape of the team. Obviously a 4-2-3-1 formation, something new that obviously Lee Johnson's implementing.
Yeah, exactly, but really front foot, a lot of kind of high press, and really encouraging the wide attackers to close in on the opposition centre halves when they have the ball. So it's really forward thinking and one that we're all excited to implement.
Jake Casey's breaking down the right, gets the ball in, but Carl Mcclellan's there and able to clear. Nice little pass there from Nohan Kenner, obviously joined us from Leeds United in the summer. Really highly rated is Nohan. Lee Johnson said he was a real coup when he joined us. Lewis Miller now on the ball. It's just nice and patient, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's all about being patient, waiting on the right opportunity to break forward with pace. So, good patient play so far, and try to look for the openings.
Yeah, Lewis Miller now just over the halfway line, driving through into Keno, switches the play wide to Ja Tavares. Ja, a really tricky, skillful player, loves to take on a man and try and beat him. Really high potential with him as well, and Hibs get their first corner of the game. Be interesting to see if new set pieces are implemented this season. I know there's a lot of work that's gone on with them behind the scenes. Henderson plays it short to Jake Hayes, but it's just away from him. I think we're going to retake that corner. Just a bit quick there, I think, for the referee.
It's a great opportunity though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He really spotted it well, and just a poor touch from Jake.
Taking this one short, Ja Tavares tries to cross it in, but it's blocked by the defender. Yeah, you said there, obviously a really good opportunity. You can see really early signs of the work that's being done on set pieces paying off there.
Yeah, I think we've done a little bit of work on it, even in this early stage. But also there's that freedom if you see something that's on that maybe isn't to plan, then you can implement it and express yourself.
Yeah, just a slow build again from the back now. Nice little pass from Rocky, but Runar can't quite get it under control. Runar has actually had an excellent training camp so far. Really looks to kind of pushed on some steps since he's come back.
Yeah, I've actually heard that for a few of the lads as well, and training, coming off the training pitch, I'm really impressed with them. So he's also done a fair bit of work in the summer and came back flying. It's
a real difference a summer can make, isn't it? Like if you put enough effort in, work behind the scenes. I know Rocky Bashiri's been doing the same as well, just to make sure that he's ready for this year. It can make a huge difference.
Yeah, especially if you've maybe had limited game time the season before, then probably don't need as much rest during the post-season. So now there are two examples that have definitely worked hard and came back to the fit.
It's a half opening there for Hartlepool, but Lewis Miller did well to block the cross. Good tackle there from Nohan Kenner.
Good tackle, isn't it? It really looks like he enjoys that side of the game.
It's one of his strengths, isn't it? He can also play as a centre half. I think he did for the majority of the season for Leeds 23s last year. Jake Hayes with a bit of space finds Henderson. Nice and controlled possession again from Hibs. Eliuan really trying to use his pace there to get him behind, and Hibs have a throw in just up this left hand side. Eliuan, a really interesting player. Bit of pace to him, He's joined obviously on loan from Swiss club St Gallen, with an option to buy in the summer as well if we want to. Jair Tavares again, just gone backwards to build from the back. Hibs been very patient, trying to play forwards but create opportunities when they arise.
I think a big part of the game this season is going to be on trying to switch the play as quick as possible, because we've got a lot of attack-minded players in wide areas now who are good in 1v1 situations, so I think we can work day switches even quicker, then they're going to be openings for us, there's no doubt about that.
Something that will come over time, that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, very early days as we've touched on, so we just want to see it kind of progressing as the weeks go on.
Hartlepool throw in then, just after a fantastic tackle by Lewis Miller, really getting stuck in straight away. Might be a few, like I mentioned earlier, Hartlepool players that Hibs fans will be watching and might recognise. Obviously centre half Ewan Murray, their number 4 today. He was born in Scotland and joined actually this summer from Kilmarnock. He played against Hibs at Easter Road last season. Good little turn there. But Miller again really showing his athleticism there to, after he was beaten, to get the right side of his man and force him backwards.
He's looks, I think, a really good addition to the squad so far. Real pace and power for his position, just perfectly matched for how he wants to play. So I think he's a real exciting one for the Hibs fans.
Yeah, and there he is on the ball again, just calming things down for us as we look to build from the back. Good run there from Jair Tavares. Louis Stevenson just can't quite find it, but really nice idea and a sign of things to come. He's got a real burst of pace as Jair down that left-hand side. Good pressing there from Jair and Ewan Henderson to try and win the ball back.
And that was a great example there of how we're looking to press. You had Bruna tucked in all the way on their left-sided centre-half to really squeeze the game and manage to close it and win the throw-in.
It's one of Lee Johnson's big philosophies, that, isn't it? To win the ball back quickly and then counter and play through the lines.
Yeah, exactly that. It'll come from a collective effort. We all need to be on the same page and make sure that when one goes, we all go together to win the ball back, and that was a great example, as I said.
Yeah. Kyle Mcclellan on the ball now. For Hibs fans that might not know, Kyle is a really highly rated youngster, just 20 years of age, joined from Rangers on a free transfer in the summer. He was on loan at Falkirk in League One last year, first taste of senior experience for him, and he seems to have settled in quite nicely as well.
Yeah, looks really calm, composed on the ball. Nice pass there to Lewis on the front foot, and they're away on an attack.
Tavares trying to create some space, has a shot, but it's blocked and into the hands of goalkeeper Ben Killip. Again, just a nice bit of movement, wasn't it, around the box, and it shows what the likes of Jair or Ewan Henderson combining could really do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you have the numbers in around the box. Even if it gets a bit scrappy, you've got numbers there to win it back and create these chances.
And the beauty of his role is that he can drop deep as well. He's almost got free roam, hasn't he, on the pitch?
Yeah, exactly. A real intelligent football player. You put him sort of anywhere in midfield, even in the forward areas, and his game intelligence will make him kind of have a good game and understand how our new manager especially wants to play.
Yeah, and there was a really nice little combination there between Louis Stevenson, Hendo and Jair. Again, a sign of things that are building and relationships that are building.
Yeah, exactly. Hartlepool look a bit, they've probably started it kind of a bit deeper, letting us have the ball at the back so far.
have just got in behind there, but again, Lewis Miller showing that real pace and power that he's got to get in and block the cross-come shot, and it went easily into the hands of David Marshall. Like you say, he could be a real asset, something a little bit different.
Yeah, excellent recovery pace there. There was probably a split second when he thought the man was away from him, but he really out the ground and got back and put it off the crosser. Obviously easy take for Marshall the goals.
Yeah, it's just obviously a short break in play at the moment as a man's down and just getting a little bit of treatment.
Probably a good chance just to get the breath back. First game, you always kind of feel it the first 5-10 minutes, so nice chance there to get a drink of water and a deep breath and go again. Yeah,
and you can see Lee Johnson there obviously pulling Nohan Kenner. They've had a lot of little chats during the training camp that I've noticed, and Nohan in his 6 role is vital for the way that Lee wants his team to play.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be a big player for us, and especially in the system we're trying to implement. And he seems a real good lad, real honest, hard-working boy who's desperate to learn. So I'm sure he'll be taking all that information in and trying to implement it.
Yeah, it's the real beauty of these games, isn't it? That like you can see Lee's on the pitch now, coaching everyone, telling people where they need to be. There's going to be a lot of fine-tuning in terms of actually putting his system in play, but this is the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point in these games, to try and fine-tune and work on what we're trying to do for the season coming ahead. So there's a hard work element, but there's also this kind of tactical element where we need to get right going into the competitive games.
Yeah, not something we want to see right now. One of the players, Hartlepool players, coming off injured, so there has been a change there. On comes their number 17 trialist, and I think off is coming number 9 Tom Crawford.
It's the last thing you want to see so early in the pre-season, so
yeah, hopefully it's not too serious.
Hopefully recovers well.
David Marshall then will get the game back underway. Plays it short to Carl Mcclellan. Good ball there from Rocky to Lewis Miller on that right hand side. Excellent run there from Runar, just pulling a defender away.
Yeah, he's really direct, Runar. Real pace, and loves to kind of go at defenders and make things happen. So yeah, hopefully he can do that a bit more in the match.
He's an absolute live wire, isn't he? I remember his debut, he came on at Dundee, and within probably the first 2 minutes he ended up smashing someone.
No, exactly. He's so eager to do well and impress, and he's one of the lads you really want to do well, because he kind of gives it all every single day in training. So hopefully he really kicks on this season.
Yeah. Hibs have a throw in then, just on that right hand side. Nice little build down that side, starting with Rocky Bashiri at the back.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably something we need to work on a little bit. We try to get the ball into Ellie's feet. He's been a bit quiet so far, so probably try to open up the gaps a bit better for him and get him on the ball, because there's no doubt he can be exciting.
And there we go, ball trying to find Ellie, wins it and gives it to Henderson. Henderson with the ball into the box, but it's into the hands of the goalkeeper.
I was shooting at the back post there to lift it, and that's probably the cross that we needed in that situation.
Hartlepool down this right hand side then, but Hibs trying to nick the ball back, really hunting here in packs.
That was excellent there, the pressing. It was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around the ball. Ball's retrieved, and we're away at the other side now.
Yeah, and then Rocky there driving forwards, and we're immediately on the attack down this right hand side with Lewis Miller. Nice bit of skill there as he skips inside. Chris Cadden just walking past us, looking very smiley. He'll be on in the second half. Nice little ball there in behind to Runa. He tries to pull it back, but the defender's there just to block it, and it's out for a corner. Again, a lovely little run in behind from Runar, and he was spotted nicely by Lewis Miller.
Yeah, great pass, but I think first and foremost it comes from the run from Runar, really unselfish run to get himself into that dangerous situation, and it was a good chance, but no, a corner to look forward to.
Absolutely, and Ewan Henderson's over it again. Henderson swings it into the box. Miller's on the end of it. It's just a bit of a scramble in there. Henderson shoots, it's just wide. Good little opportunity that for Ewan Henderson. His cross into the box was obviously met by Lewis Miller. A little bit of a scramble in the area. The ball fell kindly to him, but he just put his effort off target.
Yeah, done really well. Kept the kind of attack alive, win the first ball, kept the scrappy bit in and around the goals. It felt like Hendo was a bit unlucky with the attempt.
It's something he wants to add, isn't it? More goals to his game. Obviously just the one last season against St Mirren.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt he's got the ability to do that as well, so I hopefully can add a few more to his name.
Nice work there from Louis Stevenson.
Excellent work just to calm the play down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's that experienced head, isn't it?
Yeah, he's never phased, always in control of the situations.
Runar finds Henderson down that right hand side, plays it to Lewis Miller. Henderson again, really involved in our attacking play, Ewan Henderson. Now Kenner now looking to build from the back. Again, Miller down that right hand side into Runar Hauger. Lovely passage of play there to Jake Doyle-Hayes into Henderson again, but his shot is straight at the goalkeeper. Things are really starting to tick now between the Hibees.
Yeah, really kind of turned the screw a bit in the last 5 minutes. A couple of chances, great kind of give and go there from Jake. Followed his pass and burst right into the box. So, yeah, really exciting.
And that's exactly what Lee Johnson wants, isn't it, from one of his centre midfielders, to really push on and support Ewan Henderson, get as many bodies in the box as possible. Yeah,
there's that freedom there. No matter what position you are on the pitch, if you see an opportunity to advance and create a chance, then he's all for that. So even back to centre halves, you mentioned the other day, if you see that space to step into, then go, and it's up to the lads behind you to cover.
Runar now down this right hand side. Hibs have looked really strong down this right hand side in the opening 20 minutes or so. Lewis Miller with the throw-in. Into Jake Doyle-Hayes, starting to come into the game a little bit more now.
Yeah, I think that's his strength, really dictating the play. Just need to get him on the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, he jumped at getting the number 8 jersey as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that suits him. Suits his style. I think you play like what he done in that example just there. Play forward a bit more and run forward, because he's got a goal in him as well, and a lovely strike. So I hopefully can add a bit more of that to his game.
Oh, good tackle there from the Hartlepool defender Ewan Murray. Really nice work there as well from Jar Tavares, running back, winning the ball off his man and then feeding the ball into Eli Ewan, who's just starting to get a little bit more of the ball.
There's a few complaints there of the Hartlepool goalkeeper thinking it was a goal kick, I think, but no doubt it's a corner.
Henderson again with a set piece. It's gone deep. Rocky's up there, but it's straight into the hands of the keeper again.
Not a good sign, no winning that first contact on the ball coming into the box, so hopefully we can kind of pick up the scraps for the next one.
Yeah, that's 3 set pieces, isn't it, where we've won that first contact so far.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be big. You just need the rest of the lads alive in the penalty box to create more chances.
The pressing, I think, has been really impressive so far. The way that everyone's really trying to utilise this 45-minute period to get the most out of it in terms of their fitness, but also to implement the style of play. They're hunting in packs, they're chasing down, and trying to win their one-on-one duels.
Yeah, exactly. The gaffer's kind of explained a lot of triggers for pressing, and the lads are clearly recognising when it's on to press, they're doing it and doing it well.
Again, just just building from the back with Carl Mcclellan into Rocky Bashiri, just waiting for that opportunity to play forwards or play through the lines.
Another example of Hartlepool sitting pretty deep, they're just kind of letting us get out the other side and leaving the centre half with free possession quite a bit.
Do you think that's a style that's being implemented by Paul Hartley, or do you think in a pre-season game like this that you almost have to come out a little bit more to get the best out of it in terms of actual fitness?
I think it might be a style that he's trying to implement, to be honest, because it's so early in the pre-season preparations. It is really about kind of getting the fitness and implementing your style of play, as we've touched on from a Hibs point of view. So it looks like that might be the way he's wanting to set up.
A lot of similarities to when Cove came to Easter Road as well.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably got his own style of play, and again, he's at early stages of his managerial career at Hartlepool, so it's probably similar to the situation we're in at the minute.
Hartlepool now just play back to their goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's made 100 appearances, or over 100 appearances for them, and was part of the promotion side that brought them back into the EFL after their kind of 4 years of being in the National League. Finished 17th in League 2 last season, Hartlepool. Really strong start to the year, which ultimately did tail off. And they've had a lot of change in terms of their playing squad over the summer. This isn't actually the first time Hibs have played Hartlepool either. I'm sure a lot of fans remember back in 2005, the friendly there. We won 1-0 at Easter Road, and Ivan Sprout was the scorer. I think Louis Stevenson played that day, didn't he?
A wee bit before my time, but I think Louis was kicking around then, and I don't know if he was involved in the match or not, but that's a fair few years ago now.
Ger and Louis trying to combine down that left-hand side, and another corner for the Hibees.
Great link-up again, wasn't it? I think they've kind of struck up a bit of an understanding so far. Obviously two really intelligent football players, and that was a nice combination there to win us the corner.
Henderson over it again. Cleared away by the trialist. Hartlepool are looking to break down that right-hand side, but Henderson really putting the yards in to close him down, and does excellently there to block the pass. And Hibs regain possession, and he's played a ball quickly to Runar Hauger down the right-hand side. Runar just takes his time and picks Jar Tavares out down this left. Louis Stevenson's giving him an option on the overlap. Gets the ball in, tries to fall to Runar Hauger, but he just can't get it quite under control. But again, Carl Mcclellan on the front foot wins it back, and Hibs look to attack again. Louis Stevenson with a deep cross into the box just in front of Miller, and it runs out for a Hartlepool throw-in.
Even going back to the corner just there, I know it was kind of under hit, but you probably want someone going across that front post to attack it, and then even when the ball breaks to Hasty and it looks like he's going to start a counter-attack, the work for Hendo to get back was incredible, and again regain possession and end up a decent opportunity. Yeah,
the attitude and the application from the lads has been excellent so far.
Yeah, exactly. They obviously know that they're only on for the 45-minute period, and they can just all give their all and kind of as much as they've got in the tank. So, it's really been evident so far.
It's a slightly late challenge there from Nohan Kenner again, just really wanting to win the ball.
I'm sure we'll see a few of their fouls over the course of the season. It seems like he's desperate to get involved in the physical side, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Hartlepool now just building again from the back. Nice little drive through from the centre half there. Just down the left-hand side, but Hibs are in good shape defensively as the ball's played back to Mohamed Niang. The 22-year-old midfielder joined this summer from Partick Thistle. He actually spent last season on loan at Alloa Athletic, but did make 22 appearances for Partick the year before last. It's one thing that
I've done really well there, because they kind of got in an attacking situation, but that's twice we forced them all the way back to their goalkeeper. So, great work rate and attitude to force them back.
Again there from Jake Doyle-Hayes to come across and shut the pass down. I'm not quite sure if that was a foul or not, but still the work ethic and the application.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of them. It just kind of stops the player a bit, stops their momentum. So we're now back in shape.
Really giving Hartlepool no time on the ball.
I think the main thing though with the pressing has got to be controlled. You don't want it going in ones and twos where they can just pick us off. So I think you'll realise, especially over the course of the season, when one player goes, you'll see 3, 4, 5 going behind them, and that's probably the best way to make it work.
It's almost like a trigger that, you know, if one goes, then everyone goes.
Yeah, you're not leaving your teammate to press and use up his energy on his own. We're all there behind him.
Good switch there from Jamie Sterry to that left-hand side, but again, Lewis Miller's won his one-on-one battle, this time against David Ferguson, and Hibs are able to build from the back. Tavares now on this left-hand side, looking to take on Hasty, goes down the left, crosses it with his left foot, tries to pull it back, but just can't quite find Ellie Yuan or Ewan Henderson there.
Really intelligent movement for Lewis Stevenson, just going out in the middle of the pitch just to free up that space to get the ball straight to Jair's feet, and that's where you want on 1v1.
Really good there from Jake Doyle-Hayes. It opens up for Ewan Henderson. He scores! 1-0 to the Hibees. Ewan Henderson there with an excellent left-footed effort into the bottom corner, but a lot of praise has to go to Jake Doyle-Hayes.
No, exactly, that's it, winning the ball, and great finish for Hendo. We touched on it earlier. He wants to add more goals to his game, so that'll give him a real confidence boost going into the season that he's added to his tally already.
Yeah, and we were talking about the triggers just moments ago. When Jake pressed, you could see Ewan immediately getting into a position where he could either press the next man or the ball would fall to him.
Yeah, exactly, and Jake obviously knows he has the freedom to go. If he thinks he can go and win the ball, then it's up to the lads behind him to cover. So he saw the situation and he's went for it, won the ball back, and it's put us 1-0 up.
Yeah, really, really positive start here from Lee Johnson's side. Hartlepool have the ball now in their own area, in their own half even. Again, Lewis Miller just nipping at the toes of David Ferguson.
Yeah, he's reading it really well, isn't he? Nipping the ball back. Whether it's going in hard and challenges, he's got that in his locker, or whether it's just nicking the ball off players, he's really settled in well at his first appearance, that's for sure. Yeah,
and he's not had much of a pre-season at all, because he's been away with Australia's under-23s, was with them into the semi-final of the under-23 Asian Cup. He's only just broken through as well as Lewis Miller. He's 2 years into his career. Broke through at Central Coast Mariners, made 56 appearances for them, but really stepped on. He was in the Opta A-League Team of the Year last year as well.
Yeah, I think it was something like a 35-hour journey.
Great ball there from Jake Doyle-Hayes into Lewis again. It's a good little battle there. Sorry, Paul, you were talking about Lewis.
Yeah, it was something like 35 hours he was travelling to get here, and he was straight into training on the first day for double sessions, and it just shows the attitude, willingness to improve, and to be here really. He could have easily took probably a day or so off, but he was straight into the training pitch and working hard like everyone else.
Yeah, his journey here was crazy. I think he said he flew from Australia to Canada, from Canada to Germany, and then Germany to here. It's some trip, that.
Yeah, exactly. But it just shows how eager he is to get here and start performing.
Again, Hibs under control. Runar now down this right hand side, a little step over. Back to Miller. Miller trying to get an early cross into the box there, but David Ferguson was just able to cut it out.
Really in control. You see Paul Hartley in front is a bit frustrated with his team at the minute, so it's nice to see from our point of view, because it means we're doing something right, we're really in control of the match, and he's not happy, so long may that continue. It's
the only thing is just trying to get Ellie Yuan into the game a little bit more.
Yeah, he's probably the one that's been a bit quieter, but if it means he's tying up the back four and it's getting our wingers on the ball in 1v1 situations, then we'll get the benefit from that, so it's probably a bit unselfish as well.
Yeah, I was going to say it's something that could be quite overlooked, because there has been a lot of space for Runar, for Ewan Henderson and for Jair Tavares.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think you'll see that through the course of the season when defences get a bit scared of his pace in behind, and that should free up the space for the likes of Hendo in that number 10 position.
He is making a lot of runs just there. He made one, or tried to go in behind for Kyle Mcclellan, who switches the play to Lewis Miller. Jake Doyle trying to play a little ball there to Runar Hauger, but just a slight little bit of miscommunication, but I'm sure Hibs are now settled in and will win the ball back shortly.
Exactly, we got back in position quickly, it stopped Hartlepool playing forward, so that was the main thing there.
Well, the trialists looked to get in behind there, but David Marshall, who we haven't really mentioned at all yet, was quick off his line, a good, really good addition. Experienced head as well in the dressing room.
Yeah, excellent. It's experience that you can't buy really. The kind of different clubs he's been at, the levels he's played at. So excellent addition, and probably a good sign that we've not had to mention with all in the first half.
Absolutely. And there we go. There's the first water break. Half an hour in. Hibs are 1-0 up. Ewan Henderson gave us the lead. An excellent press and tackle there from Jake Doyle-Hayes. The ball fell kindly to Ewan Henderson, who ripped a fantastic left-footed effort into the bottom corner. It's 1-0 to Hibs at the break. And we're just about to get the next 15 minutes underway. So if in case you're just joining us, there will be 3 water breaks during this game. So it's 3 30 minutes basically. And there'll be a half time. So that's one of the water breaks, but that'll take around 10 minutes. Hibs are 1-0 up. Ewan Henderson was the goal scorer. Again, Jake Doyle-Hayes did absolutely magnificently to press, win the ball back. The ball fell kindly to Ewan Henderson around 18 yards out, and he ripped a fantastic left-footed effort into the bottom corner. In case you are just joining us, I'll quickly run you through the Hibs starting lineup. David Marshall is in goal. Hasn't really been tested so far. Lewis Miller at right back, who's been absolutely magnificent, really physical, really strong, and he's got a real burst of pace. When people have tried to get in behind him, he's won the ball back straight away. Rocky Bashiri and Kyle Mcclellan are the centre halves. Both have looked solid so far, and Louis Stevenson has been really, really solid. In the middle of midfield, Jake Doyle-Hayes and Nohan Kenner. In front of them is Runar Hauger on the right, who's looked lively. Ewan Henderson, who obviously is the goal scorer, has been really involved in any attacking play. And Jar Tavares, again, who loves to get the ball at his feet and to take a man on that left-hand side. Up front is Eli Yuan. Tried to get him in the game a little bit towards the end of the half, but I'm sure there's lots more to come from him as Hibs have the ball now on this right-hand side. Jake Doyle-Hayes clips it over. Lewis Miller trying to run onto it, but the Hartlepool defender's done well there, and it goes out for a goal kick. Obviously, Paul, 15 minutes left of this first half as such. The lads will now be really wanting to get the most out of it and put a lot of effort in.
Yeah, exactly. This is the kind of stage now where you just got to push yourself and get as much out of this half as possible. So the manager speaking to the lads there, and I'm sure he'll be really happy with what he's seen so far, but probably just demanding a little bit more. Absolutely.
Ball's being clipped to this left-hand side, but really pressing the Hibs players, and Rocky's done well there just to win the ball and put it out of play.
Yeah, another example there. Two, 3 bodies around the ball, which has been common so far in this first half.
I want to mention the kit quickly. It looks so nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Really like it. I like the design. And it's a really nice fit for the lads as well, which is crucial going into the matches. So yeah, from a small perspective and as a fan as well, it's a really nice kit, and one I'm sure the fans are enjoying going to the shop and purchasing as well. Absolutely, and there's some Hibs fans, just over 100 I think, here to watch the game. I've spotted some of the new jerseys in the crowd. Obviously it is on sale at the club shop, and you can get it online too. We obviously release the squad numbers as well, so if you want your favourite player on the back, then you can do that. As Runar Hug gets into the box, but his cross is blocked and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Came over the same side as us now, Adam, Runar, so it'll be good to watch him close up, because I think he was really lively in that first half. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, another example there, the pressing. Kyle, the left centre half, going all the way in the middle of the pitch, and concedes a foul, but that's the mentality that we're going to have this season, that you go all the way and pressure opponents. There's an element of man-to-man marking, isn't there, in the system and in the press? Yeah, the gaffers highlighted it quite a bit, that if you feel that the opportunity is there to press, then don't hesitate and go, and the onus is on everyone else around you to cover the space you've left. So it takes away that kind of uncertainty in these situations. Hartlepool free kick there, just inside their own half. There'll be a few of those, won't there? I can imagine throughout the season as we try and win the ball back nice and quickly and create a little break or a counter attack. Yeah, exactly. I think we are a pressing team as well. If sometimes you're not always going to win the ball, but if it means it's a little cute foul just to slow the game down, then that'll help us as well. Amount of the effort that the lads are putting in to track or to win those battles, as Nohan Ken has just done excellently there, is really top notch, especially in this heat. It's around 29 degrees here in Portugal at the Amendeira Golf Resort.
Obviously we're here until Sunday, another game to come as well on Friday. We take on Burton Albion.
Yeah, another one to look forward to. Really step up our preparations again, and I just hopefully the lads come through this well, recover well in the next day or so, and then good to go again.
Hendo again doing excellently to win the ball back as Runar Hauger's fouled. Good hold-up play there from Ellie Yuan. Hauger again down that right-hand side. Back to Miller. To Jake Doyle-Hayes. Just waiting patiently for that opportunity to arise. Miller makes a fantastic run there, but Hauger drives inside. Into Miller. Back to Hauger. Excellent little pass. Just can't quite get there. Good defending there from the Hartlepool number 6, Nikki Featherston, their club captain. 33 years of age is Nikki Featherston. Made over 300 appearances for Hartlepool. Actually came through Hull City's youth academy, made his debut there in the championship.
Just a good example there. There was a couple of opportunities just to swing the ball in the box, but I think Runar realised that it wasn't really on, and was patient and tried to work a more dangerous opportunity, which almost came off.
There's a different focus, isn't there? It's not just a case of getting the ball into the box, it's the areas where the ball has been crossed from, really having the quality of crossing that goes into the area.
Yeah.
Slight loose pass there from Kyle Mcclellan, and Hastie's driving at him now, 2-on-2. Tries to play the ball through. Rocky does really well there to just keep their number 10 intact as the ball rolls straight through to David Marshall. Mark Shelton there, the number 10, looking to break through, but again Rocky, good positional play, and there will be those elements, won't there, where we'll kind of lose the ball trying to play those passes through the back, but it's about then reacting and getting in the right positional.
Yeah, I think in these situations it's about delaying the counter-attack as much as possible and giving their teammates a bit of time to retreat, and Rocky done great there, as you said, protected the space behind them, and the ball went through harmlessly to David Marshall.
It's a good learning experience for Carl McClelland as well. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, just 20 years of age, only a handful of senior appearances with Falkirk, but again, someone who's got so much potential and working. Oh, Hartlepool are in the box here down the right-hand side again. Fantastic tackle from No Hankenner, and the ball goes out for a Hartlepool corner.
That was brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. He's shown that so many times in this first half already. What was he? Must have what, 8, 9, 10 tackles in the match so far. So it seems like he's relishing that side of the game, and with the calmness and composure as well. I'm sure he'll be a real fan's favourite this season.
And that's the beauty of his role. If the fullbacks push up like they did there, it's his role, isn't it, to fill those defensive areas.
Yeah, and it looks like he relishes it as well. His eyes light up when these situations come about.
Ball into the box, a little bit of a scramble. Rocky Bashiri does really well there to hold off his man and clear. Eli Yuan tries to break. Henderson back into Yuan. Eli Yuan running through on goal. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Oh, it's a good save. Really good save from the Hartlepool keeper. But an excellent burst of pace, movement, and 1-2 there between Eli Yuan and Ewan Henderson.
Yeah, he's obviously shown his pace there to get through 1-on-1. I think Bruno might be a bit disappointed because he was waiting on a tap in across goal. So, good signs of that electric pace that we touched on earlier.
I suppose in pre-season and when you get those opportunities, you've joined a new club, you're always going to be a little bit more selfish than what you'd be in a league game.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of opportunity to try and get his name on the score sheet. So I will let him off this early in his Hibs career.
Hartlepool now just trying to play long to that right hand side. Good interception from Lewis Stevenson. Just a foul there from Eli Yuan, trying to get in front of the Hartlepool defender.
Yeah, I think he just had to get his body in the way a bit better, not let the centre half nip in front of him. I think he'll lose his frustration a little bit from the other side of the pitch here. Just wanting Eli to hold the ball up a little bit better.
something that will come to his game, won't it? It's something probably that he's been asked to do a little bit differently than previous clubs he's been at.
Yeah, exactly. I spoke to him the other day, and he has played a mixture of striker and off wide areas, so it's probably not the part of the game that comes most natural to him.
Real shouting there from Runar just to activate that press, and again force Hartlepool long as Rocky Bashiri wins the ball. Lovely little turn there from Noah Kenner as well to feed the ball into Eliua. Yona Tavares tried to combine. Unfortunately, the ball just rolls out for a goal kick.
Nice combinations again, though. Try to work something, try to be clever around the box, and that's what we want from these attacking players.
And we were saying, weren't we, just before the break and when they came back out as well, we wanted to see a little bit more from Eli Yuan, and he's certainly starting to show that now in this last 15 minutes, isn't
Yeah, exactly. He's looked lively. That pace is definitely it's going to cause a lot of problems this season. So it's just the onus is on the rest of us, really, in the squad to get him on the ball and get him into situations where he's going to be dangerous.
Great switch there from Jake Doyle-Hayes, trying to find Louis Stevenson. Just ran out of play. But again, what we were talking about earlier, that's the idea, isn't it? Switch the play, make the pitch as big as possible.
Yeah, exactly. We've got dangerous players in these areas. You want to get them on the ball as quick as possible and with as much space as possible. So that's a great example there for Jake, try to work the big switch.
Long throw there from Hartlepool, but Rocky Bashiri gets in front of his man and finds Louis Stevenson. Really good 35-40 minutes or so from Rocky.
Yeah, really controlled. Even as a team as a whole, we've
cross there from Runar.
We've been really controlled at the back, looked lively going forward, so it's a good combination so far.
Just in that last passage of play, obviously Runar then looking for an early cross into the box. Ewan Henderson read it, just wasn't quite there in time, but again, there's different kinds of crosses, different types of movement that we're really starting to see from this Hibs side.
Exactly. No, and there, what the press, force the long ball, and we'll tidy up nicely now.
Rocky trying to find the switch, can't quite find Tavares, and Hartlepool win the ball back. Miller straight on his back to win the ball there. And again to win it, and he does, and Runar Hauge just keeps the ball and allows us to settle by playing it back to Rocky Bashiri. Lovely little ball there into Ewan Henderson, finds Louis Stevenson. Louis' cross is defended well by the right back. Noah Kenner looks like he's going to fire a shot, and it's just over the bar, but I think the referee blew for a foul just before it.
It took a while to give that one, I think, the ref. I'm not sure if he was 100% sure on his decision, but I think that passage of the play comes from Jake Doyle-Hayes' pass to the Hendo there. Really cut their midfield open and opened up the space for Lewis.
It's great to see Jake being so forward thinking. I know that's what Lee Johnson wants to see from him, is number 8.
Yeah, exactly, and he just needs the confidence to do it, because there's no doubt he's got the ability.
Absolutely. It's nice to see Nohan as well having that shot from just outside the area, the confidence and belief in himself to be able to do that.
Yeah, even by having Nohan next to Jake as well, it probably gives him that bit of reassurance that he can go a bit further forward, knowing that Nohan will always be there behind him.
Yeah. Hibs fans there just heckling the referee and the officials a little bit from a late offside call. They're in fine voice this afternoon. I say this afternoon, it feels like this afternoon just from the heat, doesn't it? It's the morning still, isn't it? 5 minutes or so then left before half time, and left before the Hibs lineup switches completely. There'll be a few more Hibees that you'll get to see for the first time. Aidan McGeady, obviously one of those.
Tied up nicely there by Rocky.
Looks really calm, doesn't he? Really composed.
Yeah, looks really confident. Worked really hard, as you said, in the close season and in pre-season, and I've really seen the benefits so far.
Again, Hibs force Hartlepool long. Nice to win the second ball though. Oh, fantastic from Eliuan. He takes Storm on the defence, finds Runar Hauger. Runar takes... Oh, his effort is just blocked and it's behind for a corner. Really, really good there from Eliuan, winning the ball back, then creating a counter-attack and slipping Runar Hauger into the box. But Runar's effort was blocked by an excellent run back by the centre half.
Great block, wasn't it? Everyone thought that Runar would get a shot away on target there, but the defender made up the ground brilliantly.
Tavares this time is just wide. Again, a different type of set piece there from Hibs, which allowed Tavares to get some space on the edge of the area, but his low effort was just wide of the goal.
Yeah, I think we've seen something similar in the first half, haven't we? The referee called it back for taking it too quick, but that one worked perfectly. Just not able to get the ball on target.
And a couple of changes here for Hartlepool. Coming onto the pitch, looks like it's Regan Ogle and Regan Tumulty. I say that, and it's actually half time. So we will join you after a short break, I think. I'm going to stay on just in case, because things might have changed, but there's a full switch there from the Hibs players. It's a good first 45 minutes though, wasn't it, from the Hibs lads, the first 11 that Lee Johnson put out there.
Excellent. I'm sure the manager will be really happy. He's giving out the high fives to every single player at the minute, and they all deserve it, because that was a great performance. We're in a lead, and got solid at the back on top of that. So lads have worked really hard, really fit, and hopefully this 11 now can build on that.
Kevin Dabrowski just coming onto the pitch a little late there. It looks like we will just play on and not have the half-time break that was originally planned. So the new Hibs starting lineup, Kevin Dabrowski, as you just saw coming onto your screen a little bit late there, is in goal. Last year's player of the season, Chris Cadden, is at right back with Ryan Porteous and Jack Bryden at centre half. Left back is Josh Doig. In the middle of midfield, you'll see Joe Newell and Alan Delfieri. Alan can play pretty much anywhere, centre half, right back, middle of midfield, and again he's another one that's done well during this training camp. Elias Melkerson, you'll notice, in a slightly different role this afternoon. He's on the right hand side of the three that are behind Christian Doig. Josh Campbell's in the 10 and Aidan McGeady is on the left. Christian Doig is up front for the Hibees. I'm sure lots of people, Paula, are wanting to see Aidan McGeady out there in the green strip.
Yeah, and it's similar to what we said in the first half, where we want to try and get these lads on the ball with as much space as possible, and no doubt we'll get him on the ball, and he's going to create opportunities for us as a team, and really excite the fans on top of that.
Absolutely, and I mentioned obviously earlier that Kyle Mcclellan, the young development squad centre half, was playing. Obviously Jack Bryden, another young talent that we've got in the academy, just 18 years of age. This isn't obviously the first time he's been away with Hibs, but again, Paul, another good talent that's come through. He's been out and got some loan experience as well, and he looks better for it.
Yeah, exactly. He's worked really hard on his loan deal. And then I think he picked up a shoulder injury as well, which was disappointing for him, which curtailed his season a little bit, but he's worked so hard to be back fit, and really deserves his opportunity with the first team.
Good interception there from Joe Newell, trying to find the forward run from Josh Campbell. He can't quite get to it, but again, good signs of wanting to win the ball back and release it quickly through to a forward running player.
Yeah, I think that's been highlighted a lot during this pre-season about the importance of forward runs. That's what's going to disrupt defences, and we've got a number of players who are looking to do it, so hopefully we'll get the benefits in the coming matches.
Really hear Kevin Dabrowski there, can't you? What's he like to play in front of? He's talking all the time, isn't he?
Yeah, he never stops talking. It's great sign for that's on and off the pitch.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But that's great for a young goalkeeper. He's got that confidence. He knows what he wants from his defence in front of him, and he's a real professional, real hard worker. He's the last person at the training ground every single day. So. He deserved his chance last season, and I'm sure he'll be looking to really learn from Marsh and push on this season.
Absolutely. We mentioned obviously Marsh a little bit earlier, but having him in the building with his experience, as Kevin Dabrowski just collects the ball there, it'll be vital, won't it, for Kev or for Murray Johnson, obviously 17-year-old keeper that's come away with us and probably will be third choice this year.
Exactly, it's an incredible experience for the two of them. I'm sure they'll be like sponges listening to every word Marsh says, so, and rightly so because of the career he's had. So hopefully they can really progress this season, learn as much as possible from Marsh, and really progress from it.
Elias Melkerson then driving into the box, man around him. He's tried to cut it across to find Joe Newell, but again the defender's done well there positionally, and it goes out for a corner. Looks like Joe Newell's going over to take this one.
Great reading from Cads there as well. Read the goalkeeper's kit, stepped in, won the header, and set Elias off into the box.
Swings the corner in, and it's a goal! Ryan Porteous there. Fantastic delivery from Joe Newell, and Porto's there to glance it into the back of the net.
What a delivery that was from Joe, Perfect delivery, and great header for Porteous as well.
It's exactly the type of cross you want, or corner you want, isn't it, to attack when you're a centre-half?
Yeah, exactly. Didn't have to do a lot with the header just in case they nodded it in, and the quality of the delivery as well meant the goalkeeper couldn't come. So great delivery from Joe and put us 2-0 up.
Yeah, Porto will really be looking to kick on this season as well, won't he? Obviously he's played over 100 games for Hibs, been called up to the Scotland senior squad, but yet to earn his first cap must surely be round the corner.
Yeah, I think he knows that if he can perform to the levels he has been, then the opportunities will come for him on the national stage. And as you said, he's been in the squad before, just not had that cap yet, but there's nothing about that. That'll come from him in the future.
Yeah, good pressing here from Josh Campbell. Elias Melkerson joining him as well. It's a Hibs throw in. Excellent work from those two.
Yeah, you can see it's a real focus on the way we're going to play at the minute. Everyone's congratulating the pressers, the ones behind Joe in the middle of the pitch. You can see it's a real focus this season.
Jack Bryden now with the ball. Recycles it to Aidan McGeady. Just waiting for him to crack out the McGeady spin. Really deep now, Hartlepool. Just allowing Hibs to have the ball will be a good test again, just to see how we break them down.
Yeah, it's difficult, especially when the pitch is a bit slower and drier, but it's a good test for us, as I said. We've got football players there that can unlock this defence, and we'll deal with that.
Melkerson into the area, tried to pull the ball across to Christian Doidge, but there's good defending again from the Hartlepool men, and the ball ran straight to the goalkeeper. Melkerson turns again really nicely. Tries to find Joe Newell, but it just doesn't quite make it to him. But that turn on the edge of the box again was excellent from him. And he's another one, actually, that in this pre-season training camp that's looked really sharp and that's really impressed.
Yeah, it was an awful turn, wasn't it? I thought there was maybe a split second where he maybe could have got a shot away with his left foot, but chose to try and find Joe, and it's a misplaced the pass, but real lively start from him.
Josh Doig this time on the front foot, winning the ball back, tries to keep it in play, but it's just run out. Again, really good pressing. Josh Campbell has the ball just outside the area. Looks to be fouled, but no, the referee didn't blow his whistle, so we carry on. Christian Doig wins the ball back this time, though. And Hibs have a free kick. I'm not quite sure what that was for, but Joe Newell tries to feed it to Christian Doig, but Ewan Murray comes across and does really well to clear. Saying that,
scrappy, wasn't it?
Yeah, very scrappy.
Corner eventually, I think.
Absolutely. Aidan McGeady over this one. McGeady whips the corner into the box. It goes deep, but the Hartlepool men are there to clear. A foul from Chris Cadden there, just on the around 30 yards out, just relieves the pressure a little bit there for the Sky Bet League 2 side. Hartlepool just been quite patient in possession. Trying to play the ball through the lines, but again,
waiting for that trigger to press at a minute. Good patience.
Good shape here from Hibs, forcing Hartlepool long again and forcing them into mistakes exactly like that.
Exactly. Real good patience to wait for the press, wait for the mistake, and won the ball back in a good position.
Giddy now. Josh Campbell playing that similar role to Ewan Henderson, where he's really getting involved in attacking play, trying to dictate, and has a bit of a free roll. Cadden now down his right hand side. Porto makes an overlapping run. Porto tries to fire across into the box, but is ballooned over the crossbar. But that's exactly what you were talking about earlier, Paul, wasn't it? That the centre halves, if they feel like they can move forwards and there's an opportunity to do it, then they can.
Prime example of it right there. I think Porto got a wee bit excited with his cross, but that's a great example. He saw the opportunity and went for it, and it was on the likes of Jack Ryden and Josh Doig to come around.
Giddy now into the area, tries to cut the ball back, but it's off a Hartlepool man and out for another corner. Joe Newell with the set piece, floats it into the box. Christian Doig rises, so does Josh Campbell, but it's just wide.
Good chance, I think, wasn't it? Got a good head on the ball, just couldn't direct it into the net, but another set piece where we're getting that first contact.
Yeah. Joe's delivery's been superb, hasn't it, so far?
Yeah, excellent. First one was whipped onto Porto's head, second one was a bit more of a drive and just as much quality, but Joe's got that in his locker, there's no doubt.
Jack Bryden now with the ball. Tries the switch to Chris Cadden. Just runs out of play, but again a nice attempt from the 18-year-old. We mentioned earlier he spent last season on loan. He was with Civil Service Strollers and Edinburgh City, and he had been involved in the first team squad a little bit last year. Remember, he travelled to Santa Coloma and was with a few of the kind of European trips.
Yeah, he's a real promising young centre-half. He's shown the confidence there to try the harder pass. Obviously on this time it didn't work out, but great to see that he's got that confidence in his own ability to take charge in these situations and try to make something happen.
The pace of the game slightly dropped, hasn't it, since I think all the changes, but it's always going to be the case when there's that many kind of changes on the pitch, so everyone kind of gets to terms with the speed of the game.
Yeah, pre-season games can be a bit disjointed at times, but this 11 are working just as hard as the first 11 as well, and try to make sure they're 100% fit going into the next few games.
Joe Newell trying to shut down the Hartlepool keeper, again force them into mistakes. Chris Cadden on the gallop and wins a throw-in. Oh no, it's a throw-in to Hartlepool, but again really good defending there from Chris Cadden. Hartlepool just coming over the halfway line now, but forced back again. Alan Delphier, really good positioning. Tried to go in behind Chris Cadden. Regan Ogle chasing it, but Kevin Dabrowski again does really well to just come out, win the ball, and then calmly pass the ball to Ryan Porteous.
Great sweep there, wasn't it? Really calmed the situation down.
Absolutely, and that draws an end to the last 30 minutes. One more section of the game to go. Hibs are 2-0 up. Ewan Henderson gave us the lead early on. Fantastic low driven effort, and then Ryan Porteous added the second. He met a fantastic cross or corner even, from Joe Newell and glanced it into the back of the net. 30 more minutes to go. So the players are back out now for the final 30 minutes of the game. The Hibs fans there in great voices. Chris Cadden and Elias Melkerson went over to clap them again. We've been talking about the fans a lot, Paul, haven't we? But for the effort to come out here for a pre-season game is magnificent.
Yeah, tremendous commitment from all the fans that are here today. Good voice as well, and also I'm sure they'll be enjoying the performance so far. But no, I said amazing commitment. They're here in the numbers. I've seen it over a number of years now, where we've been on many pre-season trips all over Europe, and they're always there in their numbers. So probably no surprise to me, but nice to see every single time.
Yeah, a little sun cream break for us there as well. It's hot, isn't it?
Much needed for me. I could see myself burning throughout the game. So nice to top up on the sun cream.
Absolutely, as Hartlepool get the final third of the game underway. Joe Newell again on the press, really good from Joe, taking the ball off the Hartlepool trialist and trying to get an early cross into the box.
Right, start again there right after the break, Real on the front foot.
Yep.
So a bit intent going into the latter stages of the match.
Melkerson into Del Fieri. Switches the play to Doig. Guidi now. Whips the ball into the box, looking for Doig, but the defender just gets there first. Cadden back to Del Fieri, who has a shot. Oh, it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Came through a load of bodies there. Del Fieri's shot from about 20 yards out. Almost caught out the keeper, but he just about did enough.
Yeah, great play again. You saw McGeady's electric feet to get the ball in the box originally, and then I think he was a bit unlucky when the defenders cleared it at the end there. It's hit off his shin and went out for a goal kick.
I think the Hartlepool keeper now is Kyle Leatheran. I'm sure a lot of Hibs fans know of him. He's now a player, goalkeeper, coach at Hartlepool. Obviously had a long spell in Scotland and was part of a squad for Dundee that won promotion. He joined them, like I say, this summer as part of Paul Hartley's coaching staff.
Great nod back to Kev there from Porto, just to calm the situation down again and regain control.
Josh Campbell trying to get the ball into the box, but the defender does well. Alan Del Fieri does brilliantly to win the ball back there. Really kind of taken that no-hand Kenner role, hasn't he, and embraced it.
Yeah, he's a real good football player, Alan. He can, as you touched on, he can play in a number of positions, and looks like he's really comfortable in them all.
Cadden now down this right-hand side. Clips the ball into the box, it's just over everyone. But McGeady's on the chase. The ball goes out for a Hartlepool goal kick. Joe Newell does well again there, just to win the ball back and calmly play it back to Jack Bryden before we build again.
Yeah, he read the header, excellent well there. And as you said, calmed the play down, and we're away and playing again.
Again looking to drive it wide, but it's intercepted. But the body to back straight away with the press. Really impressive. And what could have been a dangerous counter-attack opportunity for Hartlepool, they're forced to play it long and we regain possession.
Quite impressive again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really put Hartlepool under pressure, forced them back originally, and then it's an aimless ball forward that we've tidied up perfectly.
That's been the most impressive thing, hasn't it? Watching this game has just been the way, watching the press and the triggers as Chris Cadden is down this right-hand side, tries to cross it, but it's out for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's been great. Spoke to a couple of staff there just at the break, and that was the one thing they highlighted as well, the pressing that's happened in the game so far, and I'd like to see it.
Jack Bryden now just inside the Hartlepool half. Back to Alan. Ryan Porteous pulls to the right a little bit to try and create something and gives it to Chris Cadden. Cads now looking to get the ball in, whips the ball into the boxes just over Doige, and Hartlepool are able to clear. But again,
really lively, hasn't he?
Yeah.
2-3 crosses in already. Real strong, powerful runner. Similar probably to Lewis Miller, same sort of attributes. When Cads gets motoring down that right hand side, he takes a bit of stopping, that's for sure.
The competition down that right hand side and for that one spot, it will be excellent this year, won't it? Obviously Cads Player of the Year last year. Lewis has come in with a lot of potential and had a very good first half too. It's a real strength for us, that right hand side.
Yeah, 100%. Cads got Player of the Year on merit. He really deserved it. Some of his performances were excellent, really consistent as well. So hopefully that competition will just push them both on, and we'll all see the benefits of it.
Yeah. Alan Delfieri now, around 30 yards out, plays it left to Josh Doig. Doig back to Alan, tries to turn, but it goes out for a Hartlepool goal kick.
He was the one to try the McGeady turn there.
He must be teaching everyone. Goal kick goes straight out of play and Hibs regain possession. Ryan Porteous down that right hand side again to Chris Cadden, who's had acres of room this half. Joe Newell trying to find McGeady, it's just too far in front of him, but again a good sign of what is to come, playing forwards when the opportunity arises and trying to find either the striker or the wide man.
Yeah, it was unlucky from Joe there, wasn't it? I think Aidan was in a good bit of space at the back post, he took a little bit of weight off it, but he saw the opportunity, just didn't execute as well this time.
Josh Doig now trying to run forwards, again a good press, led to Josh getting the ball. McGeady now on this left hand side, goes past his man, looks for the early cross, tries to find Josh Campbell, but the defender just gets there first. And Alan does excellently again to win the ball, recover it and play it easily to Ryan Porteous. Hibs playing really well, really in control of this game and what's been a good workout for them so far to implement some of Lee Johnson's philosophies, both defensively in terms of the press, but going forwards as well.
Exactly, we looked so comfortable at the back, haven't we? Really forced Hartlepool into that low block and they've struggled to get out. I think that's probably the third time now we've been in an attacking situation, been a bit unlucky where the ricochets took it out for a goal kick and relieved the pressure for Hartlepool.
Hibs still building down this left hand side with Josh Doig. Alan Delfieri now. Refs just stops the play to allow Mark Shelton to receive some treatment. He went down just then. Obviously the season isn't too far away, starting with the Premier Sports Cup. Tickets for our game against Clyde are on sale, and obviously then that's all gearing up to the start of the Cinch Premiership season. The only way to watch every single game is by purchasing a season ticket, and the best way to get a ticket for the first home game of the season, the Edinburgh Derby, one that everyone is waiting for, is to purchase a season ticket. So make sure you do that online now. like I mentioned earlier, this is a week-long training camp, so Lee Johnson and his side will fly back to Edinburgh on Sunday. There is an open training session for fans. There are just about over 100 fans that have made it out here to come and watch the team train and to have a little Q&A with Lee Johnson after. And then, of course, the game on Friday against Burton Albion, 11 AM kickoff, and that will be streamed live on our YouTube channel as well. As Jack Bryden bursts forward here, tries to find Josh Doig. Pass slightly behind him, but gives us a chance to build and be patient. McGeady into Campbell. Campbell switches it wide to Chris Cadden. Tries to cross the ball into the box. Christian Doidge is after it, but Ewan Murray just gets there in front of him and heads it over his own bar.
See Doidge's frustration a little bit there. That's the moments where his eyes lights up with the wee hanging ball in the middle of the box, and just inches away for getting his head on that.
It's good that Doidge's had or been able to start pre-season properly. Last year was obviously a little bit hit and miss for him. It's just wide by Ryan Porteous. Again, another chance from a set piece. Aidan McGeady's right-footed cross came into the box. Porto met at the front post. Just what you were saying earlier, Paul, about someone making that run, but his left-footed effort was just wide. Yeah,
there's no doubt that the delivery for set pieces and the attacking intent in the box has been there. We've been a threat the whole match in these situations.
Yeah, and just going back to Doidge, obviously it was a really frustrating campaign for him last year. He missed pre-season because of COVID. Then started the season pretty well, didn't he? He scored 2 in his first 2 games, and then again injury setbacks just kind of halted his campaign, and he never really found the rhythm to get going.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing in football as well, that rhythm of playing every week and being fit. And unfortunately, Doidge didn't have that last season.
Joe Gray's down the left-hand side for Hartlepool, wasn't able to get a ball in after some good defending, but Hibs again win the ball back in the middle of their half. McGeady feeds it into Josh Campbell. It's 3-on-2. Josh Doig coming down the left-hand side. Campbell's going to go alone. He has an effort, but Ewan Murray again does well to get in the way of it. He's just gone down as the Hartlepool centre-half.
A good breakaway, wasn't it? Josh showing his energy, getting it in the box, and I think he made the right decision in the end. There didn't look to be too many other options for him in the box. I think trying to get the shot away with his left foot was the right option, and just unlucky. Yeah,
and talk about attacking in numbers. Again, that was real evidence of it, wasn't it? Players busting a gut to get in and around Josh to give him different options.
Yeah, it's similar to what we're talking about in terms of pressing. That trigger was there, that the opportunity was there for us all to burst forward, and you see us get forward, and our numbers there.
Yeah, Joe Newell now with a corner. Joe crosses it into the box, but just cleared there by David Ferguson, the Hartlepool left back. Comes out to Campbell, tries to clip another cross in. Can Newell keep it live? No, it just runs out of play. Talking about the experience that David Marshall brings to the team. Obviously Aidan McGeady's exactly the same. He doesn't really need any introduction, does he? 93 caps for the Republic of Ireland, serial winner at Celtic, obviously experience of playing in top flights all around Europe.
Yeah, his experience is there for everyone to see, and all the lads have been kind of picking his brains and kind of asking about his career and his experiences, so it'd be great for everyone really, but especially the younger lads trying to make their way in the game.
Hartlepool overlapping down that right-hand side, or left-hand side, the Hibs right-hand side. Tried to clip across into the box, but again, nothing has really tested Kevin Dubrovsky since he's been in net.
The whole match really, we've been really secure. Can't recall a save for a goalie to make, so great early signs from a defensive point of view, that's for sure.
Absolutely. As Jack Bryden picks the ball up in the mid of his half. Good run there from Josh Campbell to get in behind and find the gap between the centre half and the fullback, really dragging the centre half out there. Campbell again into McGeady. McGeady to Doig. Doig crosses. Good ball from Josh Doig. It falls to Joe Newell, who has an effort. Ball's really scrambling around this box. It again falls to Doig. McGeady turns his man and gets across into the box. Oh, just thought Christian Doig was going to get on the end of that one. He wasn't too far away.
Again, Adam, look at the numbers that are in the box. Three bodies all attacking and one ball in the box. So that attacking intensity, and you can see that you look at Hartlepool's shape just now, they're really pinned back and really struggling to deal with our attacking play.
It's almost like defence versus attack, isn't it?
Yeah, completely is. Waves attack. You've got Porto playing wide right at the minute, but that's what the gaffer's encouraging. All out go, all out attack, and Joey's tried the banana
lovely ball there. Yeah, really nice pass from Joe Newell. Hibs again in possession. Jack Bryden on the ball. Looking to build, pinning Hartlepool back. Physically, the lads look in good shape, don't they? I know the Hartlepool players, they only had, I think, 5 substitutions to bring on today, and a couple of lads have gone off injured and probably had to make subs earlier than what they wanted, but the Hibs guys looking in really, really good shape.
No, 100%. The lads came back really, really fit in the pre-season, and it's really showing at the minute. And on top of that, all the hard work they've done in the last week or so.
Oh, great little ball from Aidan McGeady. But again, the defence is just there to clear it. You can see just from him how creative he's going to be.
It's going to be a nightmare for any fullback coming against him. He's just relentless in terms of making things happen, taking people on and getting crosses in, and I'm sure that all strikers in the squad will be eyes lighting up every time he gets the ball.
It's that vision, isn't it? Being able to see passes and crosses and through balls that even people in the stands or the Hibs fans that are watching on the far side probably can't see.
Exactly. That's why he got to the level that he's played at.
Chris Cadden looking to cross the ball, but it's gone out for another Hibs corner. Joe Newell again going to take this one. Joe obviously been with us since he moved from Rotherham back in 2019, made over 100 appearances for the Hibees. Really relished that central midfield role.
He's one that's really came into the squad as well and just gets the club. He understands what.
Newell's cross. Oh, and it's a goal! Elias Melkerson scores, but it's offside. Newell's corner was met by the head of Jack Bryden. It fell to the feet of Elias Melkerson, who tapped the ball in from close range, but the offside flag was raised.
Not a great chance there, wasn't it? Just unlucky. The Hartlepool defence done well to get up and call the offside.
Really unlucky for Jack Bryden there as well, for his header to hit his own teammate.
No, exactly. That's a bit unfortunate, but he's in that situation. He's determined to get his head on the ball, as everyone has been in this match so far.
McGeady again taking storm on the box. Alan Delfieri to Doig. Jack Bryden. Everyone inside the Hartlepool half right now. Really pinned back in their own almost 25-30 yards as Porto looks to cross. Again they clear. Ryan Porter's in a real foot chase there with the Hartlepool left back David Ferguson, and wins it comfortably. Comes away, big cheers there from the Hibees watching on.
Yeah, I think that the way the game's gone, it just shows how well we are playing, because I'm sure Hartlepool came in this game not expecting to be 11 men pinned into probably a third of a pitch, so it just shows how well we are doing, and that was a great piece of play from Porto there. The fans love to see it, and regain possession, and we're away again.
And there was a real confidence there from Porto, because Jack Bryden looked like he was in a position to come across and sweep and cover him, but Porto said, no, I've got this.
Yeah, exactly. He's got that kind of pace as well that he can rely on if he needs it.
Hartlepool again just looking to play and get out of their own half. Been trapped in there for the majority of the proceedings, certainly this half. Ines Melkerson saw the opportunity there, just slightly late in the tackle. Referee didn't blow though. Little bit of a surprise that, wasn't it?
No, I thought he was going to blow, but game's kind of settled down. Hartlepool back in possession, but there was a wee opportunity there for Ellis to try and hit the ball in a dangerous area.
And he's obviously learning to play in a slightly different role to what he's played before. I know at Bodo and on his loan spells that sometimes he did play out wide and come inside a lot, but for him this year, obviously, there's been a lot of focus on that.
Yeah, it seems to be the case, and I'm sure he's relishing it as well. He's trying to learn as much as possible every day, and there's no doubt he's got the physical attributes to play that position, so I'm sure give him a few weeks, he'll be doing really well.
Absolutely, as he presses the Hartlepool defence now. Really good again from Ryan Porteous as he nods the ball back to Kevin Dabrowski. Joe Newell now just looking to dictate again from the middle of midfield. Slowly, patiently waiting for opportunities to play the ball forwards as he tries to find McGeady. This time the ball does get through to him, but the offside flag was raised. I think Lee Johnson can be really pleased, can't he, with what he's seen from his side this afternoon.
Yeah, all aspects of the game have been first class. Spells probably like this at the minute where we've not done too much attacking but still in full control, and there's been other spells where we've just been relentless all around our goal, around our box, and real probing and creating chances, so I'm sure he'll be delighted.
Hartlepool again on the ball, but Christian Doige giving them no respite whatsoever as the ball's clipped down the Hibs left hand side. Josh Doig though easily in control of that situation and throws the ball back in immediately to get the game back going. Hibs really trying to create the intensity here to push on and to hopefully get that third goal.
Yeah, it'd be nice to add another goal or two before the end, but there's no doubt we're in full control of the match, and against opponents we probably feel like we should be dominating as well, so it's been the case and an all-round good performance.
Looking to get in behind there, Hartlepool, but Jack Bryden sweeps really well and gives the ball back to Kevin Dabrowski, who's again going to build from the back through Ryan Porteous. Porto into Newell. Newell looking to switch it towards Alan Del Fieri, just slightly overhits it, but again Alan's position there, it shows how interchangeable the whole team is, how they're understanding each other's roles, but also how they've got that freedom to move forwards and to create opportunities for themselves by almost having a free roam.
Yeah, exactly, that was centre midfielder to centre midfielder there across the pitch, so that shows that fluidity amongst the boys, and if one's in a different position then someone else fills in.
Yeah, Alan Del Fieri again on the ball. He's done well since he's come on. Goes back to Chris Cadden. Cad's back to Alan. Again, 11 men behind the ball from Hartlepool as Hibs look to patiently create some opportunities. Nice little bit of breeze there, isn't it?
I cannot hear a word you're saying at the minute.
Joe Newell to this left-hand side to Josh Doig. Doig's cross into the box, but away again. It's cleared by the centre half.
Looks like the lads looking to try and step up a little bit now again, try and get a few more attacks in before the end of the match.
Yes, Josh Doig again tries to create from that left-hand side. Just a bit deep for Christian Doig this time. Chris Cadden this time with the ball in. Josh Doig's there, it's just wide. Good movement there from Josh Doig. We spoke a lot about getting players and bodies into the box, and that was the prime example of where Lee Johnson wants his fullbacks to be if a ball is being whipped into the box.
Yeah, we spoke about a lot of it in terms of getting numbers in and that attacking intent, but I think on top of that as well, we've had real quality, especially this year in pre-season, where the quality can maybe be the last thing that comes, but we've had that in abundance today in terms of deliveries into the box.
Yeah, good pressing again from the Hibees up front. Christian Doig, Elias Melkerson, just to force Hartlepool into an error. Josh Doig now marching on forwards. Gives it to Aidan McGeady. McGeady back to Doig. Ball just goes out for a Hibs throw-in. There's a man down here. Hartlepool's number 2, Jamie Sterry. He came through the Newcastle United Academy and actually made his debut in the Premier League against Tottenham Hotspur.
A few times they've had a few players down injured. I think you can see them maybe feeling the pace a bit, especially with us having a lot of the ball, the heat, and doing a lot of chasing. So.
Joe Newell now. Into Campbell. Josh Campbell trying to create some space for himself, but gives it back out to Joe Newell. Hibs look really dangerous down this left-hand side, with McGeady and Doig linking up quite nicely. As Porter's really stepped on now as well, almost as a midfielder. After this game, their players will go and do a pool-based recovery session. I think Lee Johnson's got some fun activities for them as Chris Cadden's down this right-hand side. Gives it to Elias Melkerson. It's just wide. Really nice link up there from the two on the right-hand side as Melkerson's right-footed effort is just drilled wide.
A great chance, wasn't it? Just dragged wide from Elias, but great ball-up play, great cut back, and another good chance to score.
They're exactly the opportunities that he'll want as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be kicking himself. He does pride himself in these sort of situations to hit the back of the net, and so he dragged that one a little bit wide, but I'm sure he'll be eager to get another one of them before the match is out.
We haven't spoken too much, Paula, about yourself. Obviously, not training at the minute, still undergoing your rehab from your injury. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. At a stage now where I'm not too far away from beginning to run again, so that's been a bit frustrating, but it's obviously tough coming out here, especially when the lads are out working hard and kind of making my way to the gym every day. But no, it's, at the same time, it's great to be here with the kind of team morale and all the new lads settling in. But from a personal point of view, obviously looking forward to getting back on that pitch, get running first and foremost, and then building up the fitness towards probably the start of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine watching the lads out there, even in this heat and doing triple sessions, it's still frustrating that you can't be out there.
Yeah, exactly, and also with a new manager coming in and new principles in place, that I'll probably feel a little bit behind at the start, but that's up to me to work really hard and take it on board as quickly as possible so that I can get back in the team.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you'll be back soon, as Alan Del Fieri just gives away a free kick inside the Hartlepool half. Hibs just allowing Hartlepool to play those longer balls.
How many times that's happened today, I don't know, in terms of just long, aimless balls up the park from Hartlepool, purely because of the pressure we put on them, and then it's tied up perfectly by the centre halves. Yeah,
and then in full control, aren't we, then looking to just create some more opportunities. It is currently 2-0 to Hibs. Ewan Henderson scored in the first 30 minutes, and then Ryan Porteous, who was in the second half team, scored a header from a corner. Alan Del Fieri trying an effort from long range, seems to hit the back of the referee. Not too long to go now before the referee blows his full-time whistle. Really, really dominant performance here from Lee Johnson's side. It's been a really impressive first outing, hasn't it?
Yeah, great. I think in that situation there, probably Ellis needs to recognise that the ball's going to Dodge's head and try and make the next run. Especially with Dodge's aerial ability there, it's perfect knockdown for someone running on it. It's just unfortunate that Ellis didn't need it.
Absolutely. And there goes the full-time whistle. An excellent start to pre-season for Lee Johnson and his players. Not only did they run out 2-0 winners thanks to goals from Ewan Henderson and Ryan Porteous, but they also showed elements of Lee Johnson's style of play. The pressing was really impressive, and the playing through the lines to create opportunities. Thank you again to everyone that's tuned in and that's listened and watched today's stream. We'll be back for the game on Friday against Burton Albion, an 11 AM kickoff. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you soon.